Hi, I'm John, and this is part 18 of my F1 23 career mode series. And in this part, we'll be racing on the Losail International Circuit in Qatar. Okay, here we are in Qatar, and it's a new track for myself. It's gonna be interesting to see how I'm gonna be performing there, and yeah, I guess none of us really know what to expect from this track, so yeah, we'll see how the weekend goes. Obviously the track is in a desert, so don't think there's gonna be any chance of rain, so yeah, at least we'll be racing in the dry conditions. We got some upgrades to our car, to the chassis and to the engine, so yeah, let's see how that affects our performance. And yeah, we heard some rumors that going into the next year there are gonna be some changes to the chassis regulations, so it's gonna be interesting to see how that mixes up the pecking order, or how much that affects the performance of everyone's cars going into next year. But yeah, we're gonna have to wait and see about that when we get to season 2. But yeah, for now, let's head into this new track and see how we perform. So let's jump into qualifying. Okay, yeah, let's hit the track. Messed up. I mean, it was a decent lap until the final sector. I'm sure I can improve on that. But at least I'm about 0.3 faster than Alex. Yeah, I guess we'll do one more run at the end. Let's go for it. What is this traffic?
Seconds left in the session.
Yeah, I'm on my flying lap, you don't have to count down the clock. Alright, not the best results.
We're all ready for tomorrow's race, but before we begin, let's have a quick look at those who'll be fronting the grid. Verstappen, Perez, and Lando Norris. With qualifying complete, all that remains now is the main event. We'll be live and uninterrupted for the Grand Prix tomorrow, so make sure you join us then.
Alright, P16 in the end, not the best position to start the race from, but yeah, we hit some traffic going into the final run at the end, and yeah, that was pretty weird, and just couldn't get a good lap in, so yeah, but I guess anything can happen in the race, so we're just gonna have to try and stay in the race and see what happens.
Welcome back to Qatar, and the desert sands of time are running out this season for some of our drivers. Lights out are just moments away. This, the fourth race in the Middle East. We're back here in Losail for a track that's 3.34 miles long. There are 16 turns around its unique three-pronged shape and just a single DRS zone out of turn 16. It's fast and it's flowing, and there's a good overtaking opportunity with DRS down the long straight and into turn 1. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position, edging out Lando Norris, who'll start from P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Oscar Piastri, Leclerc, Hamilton, Gasly, Albon, Ocon, Liam Lawson, Sainz, Stroll, Perez, Russell, Fernando Alonso, Tsunoda, Mäkinen, Joe, Bottas, Magnussen and Nico Hülkenberg rounds off the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track. It's just about time to go down to the track for the beginning of the race, but before we do, Anthony Davidson, what types of strategy do you think we can expect for today's event?
Well, there's a lot that both the driver and the team have to keep in mind when going into a race. The tyres, fuel, energy recovery systems, the list goes on and on. But I think the key to today's victory will come down to the pit stop strategy. Come in too soon and you might find yourself needing more than one stop. Too late and you're putting yourself at a disadvantage by spending longer on worn tyres.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
Yep. So we're gonna do 9 laps on the mediums and 11 laps on the hards. Alright, let's do it. Teammate status.
Gap to your teammate ahead is 1.8 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. They're 8th. Your last lap time was a 1:34.9.
I bet those soft tires aren't gonna last for long.
DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you're within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
teammate status.
We're currently trailing our teammate by 2.1 seconds. They're on old mediums. They're in 10th place. Time last lap was a 1 minute 29.2.
Alonso just nearly turned into me. Full race updates.
And you've got P15, P15. Alonso's ahead of you. Okay, the gap is less than a second. Okay, they're on old softs. Okay, Sonoda's behind you. Okay, the gap behind is 1.9 seconds. They're on old mediums. Your pit window is going to open in 3 laps time. Pit window opens in 3 laps.
Copy.
No need to worry about the tyre condition for now. Everything's looking good.
Copy. tires are definitely a bit slippery at the moment. Teammate status.
We're currently trailing our teammate by 1.2 seconds. They're on old mediums. They're in 11th. And the time last lap was a 1:30.1.
Yeah, copy that. Just please tell me that Alex isn't going to box this lap as well.
Okay, let's go now. Come on. That was a fantastic stop. Faster than we were expecting.
Good job, guys.
Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now.
Alexander's coming in for his stop now.
Yep, copy.
1 seconds.
Driver in front.
Lawson is just ahead. Come on, let's push. Okay, gap ahead is 3.9 seconds. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Their tyres are 2 laps old. Your last lap time was a 1 minute 27.4.
Last lap time.
Okay, that last lap was a 1:28.2.
That's rough.
Okay, some information on Gasly. They seem to have an issue.
Copy. Driver in front. Driver in front.
Alonso ahead, and gap to the car in front is 1.2 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 6 laps old. Time last lap was a 1 minute 30.7. This is brilliant. You're taking 2.5 seconds out of them each lap.
Yeah, I think he's struggling, or he made a mistake, or he has damage.
Okay, be careful. We think you're going to start losing some tyre grip anytime now.
Yep.
And that's just 5 laps of fuel remaining.
Full race updates.
Okay, we're sat in P12 now. Alonso's ahead of you. Less than a second separates you. They're on old mediums. That's Alexander behind you. Okay, the gap is less than a second. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. Our gap to first place is 28.8 seconds. Your pit window's now open. Pit window is open. Okay, just 5 laps until the end.
Yep. We are not gonna box, are we? I mean, the guys on mediums must be struggling more than we are. Yep, let's do it.
Okay, we've only got 1 lap of fuel remaining. And that's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
Yep, so close. One more lap and we would have had points.
And under the desert night sky, they win the Qatar Grand Prix. And what a performance it was. Well, Anthony Davidson, a resounding victory today, but what set them apart from the rest?
I feel like consistency was probably the key today. There's being quick, and then there's being quick lap after lap after lap. If you can do that, you can capitalise on other people's errors without making many of your own. And that's an approach that can push you a long way up the field.
Red Bull put up an outstanding fight for the front position today, and it's great to see it paid off for them. They do so much for the sport that you can't help but be delighted by today's race win. Let's see how the drivers' standings have changed. Max Verstappen should be pleased with his performance, making gains at the top of the table. So, Anthony Davidson, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
Often my go-to would be a driver who's managed to pull off an especially impressive feat during the race. However, in this instance, I was more impressed by Max Verstappen's solid, clean driving throughout the event.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. And pulling further ahead in the standings, it's Red Bull. Well, that was certainly an exciting weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for more exciting Formula One action very soon.
Okay, that's it for the race here in Qatar, and a fun drive, but yeah, didn't feel like there were too many overtaking opportunities on the track. Gasly in front of us was managing an issue which slowed him down by quite a bit, so yeah, we catched up to him and bunched up, but just didn't feel like there were any places to overtake apart from the start-finish straight. So yeah, it was still a fun drive. Had some good battles on track with Alonso. So yeah, I enjoyed it, but it's just a shame to finish 3/10 behind point scoring position. So yeah. But yeah, it was an interesting race. All the teams had different strategies, or some went from softs to mediums and others went from mediums to hards. It seemed like it was pretty even with the strategies. So yeah, interesting race. Looks like Liam Lawson did really well, finished in P8, scored 4 points. So yeah, an interesting weekend and a fun race to drive. So yeah, so thanks for watching. Like the video if you liked it, and subscribe to stay tuned for more.